it's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts. Thank you very much for joining me again today. Today I have got this project, and this is for the Inspire Create challenge for this time round. I was going to say this week, but we do them fortnightly, so it's not this week. But it's a theme challenge, and the theme is floral. So this is the card. It's a relatively easy card to make. There are a couple of techniques because I've used Brusho. And I've also done some piecing. So I'm going to start by doing the Brusho work because assuming it dries, let's get real, it probably won't. I have done here's one I prepared earlier just in case, but let's see. So the Brushos come in 5 colours in a pack. This is moss green, yes, moss green, but my labels come off the top. Yellow, gamboge, Prussian blue and brilliant red. I'm going to use the gamboge and the green, and I'm pairing it with the Grapefruit Grove because I think this has turned into a kind of Grapefruit Grove colour. So first thing I need is my spritzer, which I had very carefully on my desk, and which oh yes, there it is. There we are. So this is one of the stamping spritzers. It may need a bit more water in it. I have a water pen, or an aqua painter I should say, which has got some water in it. So let's just do a bit of topping up from one to the other. It doesn't actually take that much water, so you could almost use the whole of one for filling the whole of another. So spritzer, they come in packs of, I want to say 2. So I'm going to start by just spritzing both sides. I find spritzing both sides means it's less likely to curl. Because it's watercolour paper, you can, get it really quite wet. I haven't cleaned, which is why there is a bit of a run there, but it doesn't matter. So gamboge first, and you just tap it very gently. You don't need much, and I just keep a push pin on top. And then actually I will put the moss green down first. I'm filming this on a very hot day. It's dry as well, but it does mean everything's drying rather faster than I really want. But more water, and this is where the magic happens, because it just activates those crystals, and you can start moving it all around. And you can add more. So we'll have some more of the green. And you get a slightly different effect adding it to very wet. But it's wonderful to just play. I do sometimes when I'm playing, I put disposable gloves on because you can end up getting it everywhere. But because it's so hot, frankly, I really can't face the idea of putting gloves on. Even disposable gloves. So the more water you use, the different, you just get different effects. So then you can come in with a piece of kitchen paper and just absorb anything that you want to, and just keep going and keep going. But Blue Peter strikes again. Here's one I prepared earlier. So let's pop that down. And so this is the one I prepared earlier. I've hand cut this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of gauge where I want the image, because obviously I need to see where everything's going. These are leaves. This is how it would cut. Yeah, kind of like that, I think. So I'm then going to grab a pencil and just draw around the outside of there, because that's a nice firm edge. And then I've already die cut my pieces. So with this one, which is cut in Grapefruit Grove, I'm just going to pop that over and in a little bit, and then continue round. And the reason I'm doing this is because I'm actually going to cut away these leaves, so if I do end up with a bit of pencil on the leaves, I'm not too worried. And and then what I will do is fussy cut inside the line, and then I can always trim away a bit more if I need to. So just cut round, and as I say, I'm cutting slightly inside the line because the die is bigger than the die cut, and obviously because I'm drawing round something, the image that you end up with is slightly bigger than the thing that you drew round, if that makes sense. You will see as I put it together, hopefully. So this is probably the most time-consuming bit, and then the rest of it should come together reasonably well. I'm going to apologise in advance. I think we're about to hear a running tap. Yes, that's my husband watering the garden. It is an incredibly hot day here in South Oxfordshire. Obviously I'm filming this in advance, but even so it's probably still a really hot day in South Oxfordshire. We are having an incredible summer. Having said that, I have read in the papers recently, those of you who follow me on Facebook may know that I do the paper review for BBC Radio Oxford every now and again, and it was my turn at the weekend. And one of the stories that I looked at was the fact that a lot of farmers are actually saying it's the worst summer they've had for years because it is just so dry. So when that is all stuck down, I am going to go back and trim some of it off, but first I want to stick it down. So, but I want to get rid of the leaves because I want the leaves to be green. So I'm going to just cut round these. Oh, I know what I meant to do. Here's the green one. So this is Grapefruit Grove, this is Old Olive. I meant to put one on top of the other, so they ended up looking the same. So let's do that, shall we? And I will show you how the die works as well in a moment, because the die piece, you can either use the floral as the top of a tag, and it is the Botanical tags. I didn't tell you what I was using, did I? I will do that. That is naughty. Anyhow, so it's the Botanical tags that I'm using. So you can make tags with them, and or you can, got a fly, or you can not. So what I am using is Botanical Bliss and Botanical tags. These are all 2 inches wide, these tags. So you can cut a piece of 2-inch wide card and just die cut it as a tag. And then some of them, so the kind of, what is that? Well, the geometric shape and the floral have got dies that you can just layer up. And then you can cut the whole thing out. So you cut it as part of a strip, as part of a tag, and then you go back in and just add it over the top and die cut the bit away. It works really well. So let us piece everything together. I need to just trim that a wee bit, and that a wee bit. Right, okay, so now of course you could use the multi-purpose double-sided adhesive sheets for this, but I'm just going to use a bit of glue. Not much, just a bit. The other thing you could do is, and I do this sometimes, is use a sponge, one of our stamping sponges, and the silicone mat, and then just add some glue to the back. But it's so hot that the glue is drying really, really quickly, so it doesn't really have time to do all that sort of exciting stuff, because you put only a very small amount on with... oh, I've got a fly flying around me. Because you put such a small amount on, you don't have a huge amount of time to then play with it. So let's just slide that about a bit. I will go back and trim some of that off, and then the leaves are just going to pop here. Yep, perfect. The leaves are probably going to fit better than everything else. So we live right on the edge of the village, so because we live near the fields, we do tend to get quite a lot of flies. It's just part of living in the country, and it's fine, but I could do without them buzzing around my head while I'm filming, frankly. So that's there. Just push that down, and then I'm just going to come in and trim away anything that's very obviously sticking out from the die cut. But because we've got rid of most of it, it's kind of easier, I find, to do it this way rather than sticking it down and then trimming it. Because some of this is quite fussy, I'd rather see if I can manage to do most of it. But obviously you can't die cut it, because the die cut would cut the whole piece, well, all the little bits out of the middle, which we don't want. Right, okay, so that's all rubbish. So, oops, scoot my grid paper. Oh, we're just beginning to get that lovely bright light. Okay, so definitely need to be quick. Right, I'm using the vine. So there's quite a few images here. We've got this double vine, a silhouette flower, an outline flower, this silhouette, the bird, and then lots of lovely sentiments in really nice fonts, and also that geometric pattern as a stamp. So I'm using Sahara Sand card, so I've got Sahara Sand ink, and I'm going to start kind of in the middle, just ink all that up, and then have it reasonably straight, as opposed to this, which isn't. And just do 2, 3, 4. The last one is very faint, but that's fine. And then again, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And yeah. So that's that. I do need that ink for the tag bit. So I've got the happy birthday, which I'm just going to stamp towards one end. And that's all of the stamping done. So I have got a piece of the Very Vanilla lace and a piece of the Grapefruit Grove grosgrain. And then with some glue dots and my piercing tool, I'm going to add glue dots to the ends of my ribbon, or I would if it would like to stick. Thank you. These are going to be hidden. My glue dots have gone very runny because of the heat. It's amazing what this heat is doing. Oops. So that's those, and then I want glue dots on each end of my lace as well. You know what? I'm going to stick the glue dot to the card. Probably easier in the long run. So let us pop the lace down straight and pop the card on top. And then grab my glue dot, pop it down, hope it sticks. Yep. So it's purely because of the heat. Normally I don't have any problem with my glue dots. Alright, actually I'm going to use the thick line, because then I can line everything up nicely. Bring the lace in and pop a glue dot underneath. Right, and then we'll, on the just from the front, I'm going to have this just slightly overlapping the top of the lace, and then underneath. There we go. Then, right, dimensionals. And I think I'm going to have it like that. So, and one there. I want to just avoid where I need the tag to be. one there and one at the bottom. And then this is going to be at a jaunty angle, and I'm going to take my favourite tailor tag flag end, instant flag end on your tags. Then I'll trim this down a wee bit. That's going to go there. Actually, if I stick that down first, that would be sensible, wouldn't it? Then I can stick everything else on top. So, bit of adhesive there. It's the heat, I'm sticking to it. Well, I'm literally sticking to it, but my brain really isn't working because of this heat. So that's going to go there. Perfect. Right. Okay, we are very nearly there. Hurrah for that. So pop that there. Then all we need to do is to stick this on the card front, which is again Grapefruit Grove. I would, under normal circumstances, put a liner in. I did on this one, but for the sake of time, I shan't. I'll put it in later. But just add some adhesive to the back. Just make sure you've got it reasonably near to the ribbons, so that those are well, whoops, to the front of the card, woman. It's because I'm talking about liners. And then just pop that down, press it on the back, pop the lid on the glue, and there we have it. 2 lovely little floral cards. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm a bit mad, I know, but hey, it's me. Do remember that we would love to see your entries. If you click on the blog post, the link immediately below, you'll go to my blog post and there'll be all the information about entering or where to enter the Inspire Create floral theme challenge. It would be great to see your project. Remember, they don't have to be Stampin' Up. They can be any products. We're not fussy. It would just be lovely to see your entries. Do remember that it's bonus days, so for every £45 you spend, you will get £4.50 voucher to spend in September. If you want to enter my 4,000 subscriber giveaway, then you can do that by sharing the video that I showed on Saturday, the 4th of August, which is the one that's all about the giveaway. So if you share that and you share the associated blog post, you get entries. If you're in the UK and you buy from me, you get entries, and you get extra entries if you buy the classic stamp pads. So for every classic stamping pad that I sell, that you buy, I will put another entry in. You do have to use the host code for all of this, but yeah, that was Farble Garble. So I'm going to stop and have a cold drink and probably lie down in a darkened room somewhere. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!